So here is this design. This is capable of making it to orbit, you know, just barely. But it still has some rather significant shortcomings. We don't have quite enough thrust at takeoff. I'm thinking I'm going to back off on my previous guess. Let's not change the OMS engines yet. Let's just try and work on changing one thing at a time. I believe one thing that I do want to do is I want to give it significantly more boost from those SRBs. I'm thinking of, let's even double it. Let's use these same SRBs. And here we'll go mirror and we'll duplicate these. There, like that. Okay, except I want them to be right about here. Is that? That looks like it's almost colliding. Hang on. About like that. Okay, that's good. Let me see, do I also want to look at increasing the thrust for this engine? I think I don't. I do want to increase the fuel, though. I hope that this gives us enough of a boost. Well, actually, no, we'll change one thing at a time. I just have to keep on reminding myself of this stuff. I mean, we've already have this engine is running, it's got 4 times the mass and 4 times the thrust of the stock 45. I don't want to get too outrageous with the thing yet, you know. Okay, so let me see here. Let's do some strutting. Do we want to? Here, we'll go ahead and I'll call it the Falcon Bravo. Save it. Okay, well, let's try this and see. Yeah, so we now will have significantly more booster. And will we still need to do something different with that engine? See, I don't want to get just totally absurd and make. I don't want to get to the point where they're making this thing 10 times the strength of a, you know, stock 45 engine. Okay, let's try it. And launch. All right, here we are. The game is loading in. Jebediah and Bill set to go. I'll say. Okay, so precision control is on. SAS is on. I think I'll go ahead and I'll trim backwards just a little bit in order to help out with that. Take a look. This thing, I still have the same problem with them. The IVA, the internal view that I have with so many of the stock cockpits. It's difficult to see anything useful outside. Okay, guys, let's try it. There's main ignition, throttle up, and boosters. Okay, definitely got some decent acceleration right off the bat. 2 Gs. I think I'm actually going to throttle down my mains just a little bit, just to try and save fuel for later on in the burn. Pretty much straight up. That's good. Actually, no, we're a little more throttle. Let's try to keep it around 2 Gs. It's interesting that our acceleration dropped off in a hurry there. Alright, and to get... Oh! I'm trying to get just a little bit of gravity turn started right off the bat because it becomes difficult to do that later when you're using FAR. Definitely better acceleration than the first time around, so that's good. Can we roll wings level? There we go. Closer to wings level anyway. Yeah, it's still disappointing. Note that it looks like these SRBs are only going to last. I forget how. Yeah, I should have made more of a note how long they last. Will these even make 1 minute? Seems unlikely at this point. Okay, oh, we got SRBs scraping against the wings, scraping against other things. Okay, that was kind of exciting. Not exciting for the right reasons. And we're slowing down. Hopefully, pretty soon, our thrust will be able to catch it. Still slowing some. And turning around. Oh, that's better. Yeah, okay, now we're accelerating again. Okay, let's go for more of a gravity turn at this point. How about right there? I like that. Yeah, ideally, I would like to have those solids burning for, closer to 2 minutes. But again, if I'm sticking with the goal of not going in config file editing all these parts that you can find elsewhere, I'm not certain how I could go about doing that, Let's actually throttle down some, try to keep things a little more controllable. Let's keep an eye on fuel levels, because we're down to that fuel tank right there. Good. Apoapsis up there at 80. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to take back what I was saying about needing to upgrade that main engine any. It really is not needed as long with those boosters on there. Yeah, okay, let's just hold steady right here. Got a few seconds, about less than a minute remaining in the external fuel tank. No, this is looking fairly good at this point. Don't really need to change anything at all. Whoop, except that external fuel tank just disappeared. Okay, let's jettison that. Nice clean separation on that one. 53 seconds to apoapsis. Let's get this pointing more or less directly at it. Roll right side up while we're at it. Yeah, considering that I generally like to keep that external fuel tank just until the periapsis comes around to positive numbers, I think that we don't really need any more thrust out of the main engine, but we do need to be carrying some just a little more fuel in that external fuel tank. I don't know, seeing how slowly this thing does accelerate with... but then the OMS isn't supposed to be, like, really fantastically accelerating, I don't need my OMS to be powerful, I need it to be efficient. I suppose... You know what, I'll go ahead and say, yeah, we need a little more oomph out of the OMS, so we'll go ahead and I'll move up to the next stronger engines. We'll leave that main engine alone. Stronger OMS, a little more fuel in the external fuel tank. Open up that cargo bay just so it looks cool. And again, I can't imagine anything really tremendously useful that'll come of being able to open up both ends of the cargo bay simultaneously, but just in case you can come up with a mission task that needs that, there it is. I don't know, it's got to be good for something. Yeah, it looks like we're in danger of dropping back down into the atmosphere again. OMS, yeah. Boost those OMS, we need more. Don't know what I was thinking we'd get away with these little things again. Yeah, you know what? I don't feel like screwing with it anymore. And flight. Yeah, okay. I already know what we need to fix on this thing. All right, space plane hangar. Okay, so the problems we ran into that time, the Separatrons need adjusted. I want to give it the stronger OMS, and I need more fuel in the external fuel tank. Okay, so let's do the easy one first. Get rid of those. Go over here. We're using the little rocket engines from the AIES pack, because I like them. Come on. Is it not wanting to attach there? Here, let's stick them here and then stick them again. Is it doing that bug? Hello? Hello? That one's stuck. What's the issue here, guys? Why is this not wanting... Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah, that works. Make certain that's staged correctly. I want those staged down here. Good. Okay. Okay, turn it over. Let's take a look at this Separatron issue. What's happening with these things? So I had them... Their nose is coming forward. I I think I just need to scoot all these separatrons for all the SRBs. I need to scoot them all forward. Okay, yeah, that should take care of that issue. Okay, so now, let me see here. Let's pull that nose cone off of there. Let's get back into my custom orange tanks. There we go. Okay, so here's our 2-meter parts. We'll add that one onto there. See if that's sufficient. Good. Okay. Anything else I need to do? This is Falcon C. Falcon Charlie. I think it's ready to go. Yep, let's launch it. More fuel, more thrust. Better balanced separatrons. Yeah, this should work. Okay, there's precision control, there's SAS. We got Bill, we got Jeb. Let's go. Main ignition. And the boosters. Tilt back some. Good. You gotta love Jeb. Jeb is so freaking awesome. Look at him. Having the time of his life. We could all learn a lot from Jeb just to enjoy life's simple pleasures. Jeb and Bobby McFerrin. Don't worry, be happy. I wonder if Jeb has a good singing voice. I don't know. Okay, here we go. Boost those. Okay, that was better, but I still had them bouncing off the wings, but nothing broke. Well, they kind of collided into themselves. I don't care about that. Okay, and there we are, decelerating. Or I suppose if you're a real physics weenie, you'd hate the term decelerate, and you'd say accelerate in the negative direction, but I'm not that much of a physics weenie, so I'm not going to say that. And, yeah, we're accelerating again. Or accelerating in the positive direction. Bet you people are going to be all offended about me calling them physics weenies. Yeah, this is all going very smoothly. Just those small changes. It really does look like this is working better. Okay, there's our apoapsis up there above 70. Let's go ahead and do a little more kind of some dramatic gravity turnage. Right about there. Into our last fuel tank now. Let's throttle down some. Make things get up in this range. I kind of want it to last, you know? Almost done with that external tank. Okay, get rid of that thing. Kill our main engine, so now we're just running OMS. Yeah, that's real close. Turn RCS on, help us maneuver a little bit. Right about there. Interesting. Okay, we're having some control issues here. Do these things not gimbal? Gimbal. Look. I thought you could tell the gimbal range that they're doing on this, but if they do gimbal, they're not doing enough. They're not pointing. Actually, it looks like these engines don't gimbal. That's not going to work. That is not going to work. Okay, okay. And flight. This is an issue. It is progressively getting closer and closer to being a functional vehicle, you know? Okay, take a look at these engines. What are we using here? This one. Vectoring range half a degree. Well, that's not so hot. Well, the old ones had vectoring range of half a degree, but we've got these little guys with barely any thrust, but much much more significant gimbaling range. Any way we can use these? And stick them in here, maybe? Let's think on this. Now we've got controllability issues. In the old days, I would have simply just gone in there and config edited, given them a gimbal range of 5 degrees. But that's violating my self-imposed restrictions here. Here, let's go ahead and change this while I'm in here. More fuel. Okay, that'll work. Let's see, this will be the Falcon Delta, right? What to do about these engines? This is a problem. Vectoring range 3 for these little things that are generally useless. Big, ugly things. Now it's interesting that these, the generic little Rockomax things, these have the same thrust as those first engines and a greater gimbaling range. Let's take a look at this. Get rid of those. Let's go back to these. Yeah, put those back on there. And see if we can figure out something to do with these to give us some additional thrust and more controllability. Does that look just too ridiculously absurd? Will the main engine torch him? I bet you the main engine would torch him if I stuck him there. It's looking like maybe I need to look at tweaking the tail surface again, moving that farther out, and then sticking these guys on the inside. Yeah, here we'll do that. Don't have to go too far, just about like that. And we'll stick these in here. Yeah, okay. That works fairly well, doesn't it? Since we already determined we needed more thrust, and the thrust was helping. Okay, here's an even better move. Let's get rid of those and go with the 50 thrust. Yeah, these guys. Come on, attach. So move them in a little bit. And let me see. So the vehicle, I should have paid more attention. Was the vehicle, is it continually thrusting? Is it pitching up or down? But good, I think this will work. Okay. Yeah, some more thrust, more fuel. Let me see, what do I want to do about this issue? Again, we still had our solids. We had these guys kind of banging into the wings on the way out of here. Like that. And also move these like this. Further forward. We'll just ignore the slight clipping issues. Pay no attention. Pay no attention. That isn't happening. Okay, here we are again. Whoops. Don't you hate when you scroll over that thing, get all these popped up? They stay popped up. Okay, precision control. SAS. We very much know the drill by now. Bill's mellow. Jebediah is happy. Let's go. Throttle up and boosters. Okay, just about done with those boosters. There they go. Oh, much cleaner separation. That was... Except that 3 of the 4 destroyed themselves, but, you know, aside from that minor issue, it was a cleaner separation. They definitely... they were cleaner separation from the orbiter. That's all that really counts. Looks like at this rate that, again, their external fuel tank is going to be exhausted before we hit a positive number in the periapsis, but still closer than we have been in the past. Yeah, very, very close, actually. Yeah, okay, hang on. Okay, there, that's done. Jettison that tank. Turn the center engine off. Let's turn some RCS, get some more control. Yeah, not the prettiest launch. Look at my inclination, 1.6 degrees off, huh? But it doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to be effective, has to be controllable. Okay, here's a moment of truth, and are we going to be controllable here? You can see it oscillating back and forth. If we throttle up more, is it going to be controllable, please? It's having to pitch back quite a bit. I might see if I can elevate those engines. Oh, game, don't lock up. Game, oh, game was locking up for a second. Did you see that? That was worrisome. But it is controllable. Okay. And we're going to use just a little bit of the onboard fuel. Tell you what, let's wait and let's get up to that apoapsis. Okay, so this is very, very close to being a final version. It just needs just a little bit of fine tweaking on it. And instead of having this multi-segment external fuel tank, I'm going to go back and I'm going to make just like one that just has a few parts, you know, has one big center part, and then we'll have the nose cone and tail cone. Try and make it look pretty. And in the version that I upload, that I'll share with everybody, I'll do things like I'll remove the engineer piece, because I know a lot of people don't like that and they prefer MechJeb. I'm not going to put MechJeb on it, but, you know, I'll remove the engineer piece, and, you know, I'll do things like, you know, if it were completely my vehicle, it would have all these nav lights. I'll take the nav lights off. Maybe some other people don't want to have those on there. Yeah, we'll strip down to just the necessary mod parts. Make a mod list and share the custom parts necessary. Oops, oh, let's keep an eye on that timer to the apoapsis. Anyway, okay, kind of a sloppy orbit, but it is an orbit. And this really balancing these things out, that's a minor issue that'll just be, it'll be kind of repetitive, trying, you know, making tiny little tweaks to it in order to get it to work. I'm going to go ahead and say that this Falcon, this version of the Falcon, it is a functional shuttle. I suppose I should do a re-entry test on it, huh? We'll do that in another video. And I'll need to do some tweaks on it, and then I'll have to figure out what the best re-entry profile if you're going to be using the Deadly re-entry mod. I don't feel a need to record all of that experimentation, but I will do kind of an instructional video if how to use this vehicle and you know, how to go about doing a re-entry and landing in it. Okay, but we'll cease recording for now. We'll come back later with some other stuff. Bye.